What's up, guys? It's your boy Kittens coming back to you guys with an Apex Legends discussion video, and in this one I want to go over some of the really major glitches in Apex that just need to be fixed and have been an issue in Apex for significant periods of time, or just kind of recently that I'm noticing. The first one that I think is probably the most important one that everyone's experienced is sound glitches. Literally just not having sound files or not having one for a specific person, a whole team. I mean, I've had situations where like an entire team goes into a building and like jumps on me, and I have no idea until I hear the first shots like directly behind me. And those are moments where you should hear the people opening doors, walking below you, hitting zip lines, walking upstairs, and all of those different moments have different sound files that just don't happen. You know, I had a moment a little bit ago where I've been playing a lot of solo versus squads. I squad wiped someone, and then another squad jumped on me, and literally the second squad that I fought didn't have sound files. Like, they were like jumping, climbing, sliding, and I couldn't hear anything. Like, the entire fight I was sitting there like, what the heck, like, why can't I hear these people? And I literally went down. After downing two of them, I went and downed what I thought was the third person, but they had revived one of their players, or someone had like a gold revive. I have no idea because I couldn't hear it. I had no idea what was going on and just went down. So, you know, that's just such a thing. It just needs to be fixed. Fix sound files. What the heck? You know, like, what, you know, that should just not happen. It's been an issue for, I don't know, I mean, almost a year, almost the entirety of Apex, I feel like. And it's just like they have staff members on payroll, so just freaking fix it, you know? I don't really understand why it's still an issue. One of the other things is the matchmaking. So when you're doing really well in Apex, they give you really bad teammates. And I mean, for me, my personal experience is like I get teammates that like literally don't shoot. Like, I'm literally like, I'm down after downing two people, and then I'm like realizing after like, you know, like a minute or two of a gunfight, going like, wait, like my teammates literally aren't shooting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like my skill bracket right now for teammates solo playing. That's why I solo versus squads now. And like, the big reason that that's a huge detriment for the game is that like it's just such a small team. You know, in games where we see the same kind of you know, lobbying and matchmaking are usually things like Call of Duty is a good example, where it's 6 versus 6, and in larger team games it isn't as bad of a thing. It isn't as detrimental to have one or two bad players and have like 3 to 4 good players on a team, because in that way it actually does balance the team out, especially in games like Call of Duty where you're going to play multiple games versus similar or same people. But in something like Apex, where there's only 3 people, if you're the one person that can shoot and down a player, and the other 2 players are like Timmy No Thumbs, and they have like 0 chance of downing someone or like connecting bullets, then that game is over for you before you even started. And I don't like that. I don't want a game to be over for me before I start. I want a team that has about the same skill level. I mean, frankly speaking, if I'm in a team where everyone can down a player, I'm just going to win the game. You know, and I feel like I don't want to be put in a situation where I'm just going to lose the game. I feel like that's not fun or fair. The last thing I guess that I'd want to say is maybe one that's kind of rude, but it's more common sense. You know, one of the things that we see as we go from season to season is very few or no things being added to the game, and or very, very slow fixes such as sound files. That's been an issue for a significant period of time. And you know, what the community, the Apex community tells us is they go, hey, we don't want to overwork our staff. And me as a person, I'm like, well, if they're hiring professionals, it really just shouldn't take them that much effort. I mean, their studio is behaving as if they only have like 2 to 3 people that can actually code things. I mean, they give us one character, one gun, and a new map or map changes, and or a game mode. That's like 4 things. You need 3 or 4 people. I mean, you have 3 months, right? I mean, you sit down 3 or 4 people for each of those things, tell them you have 3 months. If they're professionals, they should be able to be done in like half that time, especially since you already have working models ready. I mean, the guy that has to make a character, it's like, cool, there's like 12 already made. You just have to like draw him now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, type in new voice lines and find a voice actor. Like, it's really just not that hard. Specifically because the models for the items that they give us are already in the game, and most of them just need little tweaks or a couple sound files or written in new words, things like that, with a voice actor attached to it. So it's a bit disappointing to see their staff, you know, do almost nothing for the game to fix or add, and then go, oh, we're overworking our staff, we don't want to give you guys too much. It's like, dude, like, do you even have professionals on staff doing your job? You know, and that's kind of a overly, I think, in some ways negative thing to say, but frankly, I think it's a very honest observation about, you know, Apex's staffing, you know, what they're like audibly telling us as a community and what they're performing as a group. So I hope that isn't too much of a, you know, screw you to Apex, because I enjoy the game. I, you know, would like to see it fixed and worked on, but those are some pretty glaring issues. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. It's been your boy Kittens. Peace.
This is where it ends.